Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the A-Side. I am your glamorous host, Riley. And, this video is overdue, isn't it? I'm finally doing part 2 of my reaction to Map of the Soul 7 by BTS. Now, the first time around, the first 6 tracks I reacted to, if you haven't seen that, go check it out. By the way, the reception to that video was insane. It's over like 200 views right now. I think it's the most comments I've ever gotten. All with, for the most part, pretty constructive criticism, and a lot of fans of K-pop kind of talking about their experiences with it, and the culture, and the band members, and everything going around it, and me not knowing much about the genre. Was very appreciative of it, even though some of you can be a little intense. No offense, I did appreciate it, and I appreciated all of the outpouring of support I got. So here's part 2. People were asking for it, and I know I'm a little late, but, yeah. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the A-Side. That way you never miss a video. I have a couple other reactions I have in mind to do, and of course, normal reviews and stuff. I just did a review of the new Brockhampton album. Follow me on Instagram at the.a.side. That'll be in the description below, along with a friend of mine, the Classic Rock Corner. She makes YouTube videos about, you guessed it, classic rock. She's currently reviewing every Beatles album in reverse order, so I will be putting her link to her channel in the description below as well, so make sure you check it out. If you didn't watch the first video, I highly recommend it, but, I found myself enjoying a lot of the music. Some of the slower moments were a little boring to me, but the faster, more up-tempo moments had a lot of energy and were a lot of fun, although things started to get a little stale the more we went on. But me not having listened in about a week, I have fresh ears going into this, so I won't be as worn out from the first part of the album. So let's just dive right into it with our first track, My Time. So, yeah. Very, almost kind of reminds me of like a power ballad, those guitars. Ooh. So there's like little synthesizers there in the background that make that little wavy noise. That's a cool effect. Props. The thing about BTS I've noticed is it's the little things that have made me enjoy this song. Like the little things thrown in the background. Like, I'm not saying anything else about it is bad. The vocals are good. The production's good. Everything's good. But it's the little things that are really making me enjoy these songs. Like, you know, a little guitar line here or there. A little synth line here or there. In this case, on My Time, it's a little kind of wavy synth effect. So, I just thought that was worth pointing out. Not to say not anything else was good, because it was, but... Wow, this has 30 million views. That is impressive. Pretty cool harmonies there. Maybe a little basic, in my humble opinion. Of course, everything stated in this video is nothing but my opinion, and my opinion only. This song, a little uninteresting. I was enjoying it at first, but, I don't know. Not doing much for me. Vocals are very good, though. You can tell this might be a more emotional moment. Just from the music itself. I'm getting like a very 80s power ballad vibe from the guitar here, which I don't like 80s power ballads, but I think it's a neat effect here and something I'm glad they threw in. I'm gonna give My Time the black GameCube controller. Oh, I should probably go over my rating scale. Okay, so the rating scale for today's video is the same as part 1. If I didn't like it, I'm gonna give it the red Game Boy Advance SP. If I thought it was okay or kind of meh, I will give it the black GameCube controller, and if I enjoyed it or liked it, I will give it the green Game Boy Color. I know, pretentious. Um, I'm feeling the Black GameCube controller in my time. There were some things I liked. I liked the vocals. I liked some of the smaller effects, like some of the guitar in the background, some of the synth effects. But overall, the song just kind of went on a little too long, I think, than what it justified. And it just bored me a little bit. Not to say it was bad, and if you enjoy it, that's great. I know K-pop fans are very passionate, and that's wonderful. I'm passionate about the things I love, too. Not terrible, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed, like, Persona or Dionysus or the Shadow Interlude. Anyway, let's continue to Louder Than Bombs, one I've heard a lot about. I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. Ooh, how menacing. It sounds darker and menacing. Once again, the more hip-hop leaning moments, I think, are where this band kind of shines. And here we've got a kind of drum beat and like a bit of like a hi-hat going on. Ooh. The vibes! The vibes! Ooh! That chorus really hit with the big falsetto and the drums and kind of like the dubstep wub-wubs just all kind of fit together so well and just hit in a really perfect moment. Oh, I really like the beat right here, the doo-doo-doo-doo. Just add something that kind of helps drive it forward, fills out the beat a little bit. Once again, it's the little things that I really appreciate sometimes. Production might be a little too glitzy, but that's just me. This almost reminds me of something I would have heard when I was little. Like something that would have been on the radio, like early 2010s, late 2000s, like Club Boom. I guess this reminds me of that era, like something like Kesha or Katy Perry would have done, like musically at least, maybe not lyrically. And that's not a bad thing, because I have a lot of nostalgia for that time period of music. And I am really enjoying this song. One of my friends, who I'm going to shout out, Alyssa, the one who wanted me to react to this album, mentioned this song and UGG in her comment. And this is not disappointing. Yeah. That did not feel like 3.5 minutes. I'm gonna give that the green Game Boy. That was great. I enjoyed that, especially that chorus. The first chorus specifically, where just the drums and the vocals and everything just kind of hit at the same time. Just hit different, man. I vibed with it. The vibes on this song were insane. The Vibe Mobile. Anyway, yeah, I really liked that song. I thought it was good. I liked the percussion on it. I really liked the chorus. Some of the smaller things in the production were pretty cool. Maybe a little too glitzy for me. But it just didn't really hurt my enjoyment of the song overall. It's very minor nitpick if I had to criticize anything. So yeah. Let's hope next track on or does even better. Ooh. That's really interesting. Is that a... K-pop fans, is that a voice? or some kind of instrument. That was cool.
I like that.
Ooh, some like army drums. This is a very weird album because while a lot of the songs sound the same, it's also very eclectic in a weird way because most of the songs kind of have the same production and same sound, but things are kept fresh by throwing in different instrumentals every time. And that's really interesting how somehow it simultaneously sounds the same but sounds different at the same time. Interesting. And sounding the same isn't always necessarily a bad thing. Don't take it as a criticism, more as an observation. And I like the choir vocals here. Very powerful. This song feels very powerful. It's one of the most, it's probably the biggest, most powerful, straightforward song on the album so far. I love those drums. Oh my god. Sounds like I'm going to war. This makes me want to burn the stage. That's where they're getting the name from, apparently. Because this music is making me want to commit acts of revolution. This would be like a song I would play during a revolution or a war with these drums and just the big feeling of it all. A little slow down here, showing some diversity and some musical dynamics here. Ooh. Pushing the limits on his vocals, that's cool. This song has such a weird beat to it, but I'm really vibing with it. I'm convinced that people who are so judgmental of K-pop only judge it based off of the stigmas and haven't heard much of the music, because this is a really good time. Yeah, that was good. That was really good. I'm gonna give that the green GameCube. That song just had so much energy and power behind it. As I mentioned, it felt like something I would listen to, going into war with kind of that driving beat and the, army drums that almost remind me of something you'd hear in, a Revolutionary War history movie. The little drummers playing on their drum. Something kind of similar to that. That was good. That was just really epic and energetic and full of life. And, that's what music's all about, man. Anyway, next track. Ugh. Or Ugh. I don't know. This is a track multiple people mentioned being excited to see my reaction to. So let's see what happens here. Oh shit. Starting off with some it's gonna be intense, isn't it? Oh yeah. MC Ride has joined the chat. Oh, that weird, synthesizer, weird electronic effect there. This flow is insane. Fast rapping, when it's anyone but Eminem, is always so impressive. Like Hamilton the Musical, the stuff Daveed Diggs does on Guns and Ships, super impressive. The really fast verse the featured artist does on Slow Jams, on The College Dropout. That stuff is just always really just hit me good. and it's doing it here. This is pretty amazing, and I hope this track keeps up this pace, because it started out with a bang, quite literally, and has not let up so far, and it's almost a minute in. This almost reminds me of, like, I don't know. It's a very powerful, fast kind of bop of a hip-hop song. Okay. This is hard. This is some... This is the best song on the album so far. Wow. I'm actually really impressed right now. I kind of want to ad-lib over this. Shit! This is amazing though. Yeah! Alright! It's lit! This is just straight up pure energy and pure fire. Wow. This, I sound like a broken record, but this is so hard. This is fire. Super hot fire. I spit that. Let's go! A little bit of DJing, some record scratches. It's been a while since I've heard record scratches and music. It's been since new metal. Which, by the way, leave a comment if you want me to react to Korn's self-titled album. I am speechless right now. Oh my god. Ugh. Or ugh. Or ugh. However you want to pronounce it. UGH. Game Boy. And I almost want to knock some of these other ones down. Because this track just impressed me so much. This was pure fire, pure energy from the moment it started, like crack, or like speed. I don't even know. I don't do drugs. But from the moment it started, it was so energetic and never let up the pace for the entire almost 4-minute runtime of this track. Just consistently killed it throughout the entire time with fast rapping and amazing flow, some super cool, hard production. And that's the only word I could think of is to describe this as fire. And hard, and just really fucking good. I'm very impressed by that song. It's easily the best song I've heard so far. So yeah. Next up is 0000, in parentheses, 0 o'clock. It's gonna be hard to follow up that, but let's see what they have to say here. Something a little more vibey, almost a little indie sounding, maybe a la The Neighborhood. Definitely a cool down moment after how hyper that last track was. And maybe it's a little bit of whiplash, but I think a cool down moment might be needed after that. And this is the perfect time to put one. But even not being able to understand the words, and this is what's great about music, I can tell with the vocals and the vocal melodies the emotion of the song is definitely more sad, melancholy, maybe like a sad love song are the vibes I'm getting from this. And that's the beauty of music. This is nice, honestly. It's just a nice pop song. It's just a vibe. That's all that matters. We're just vibing over here on the A side, where it's all Blade all the time. Yeah. The second leg of this album has been far more consistent than the first leg. Far more consistent. And I enjoyed quite a bit of that first leg. But right now, I've enjoyed a majority. Besides my time, I've enjoyed every one of the tracks I've reacted to so far thoroughly. The triplets there. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Or maybe not even triplets, maybe it's 16th notes. Still interesting, I really like that. The da-da-da-da-da kind of stuttered flow there. This is a really good chorus. It just sounds so sweet. It's just like a wave of like sweetness and sugary joy is descending over me after the super hard, fiery anger of Ugh. And I think those two tracks going back to back, being two complete polar scales on the emotions chart, they just complemented each other so well as a back-to-back track. That's really good. It's been one of my favorites so far too, honestly. I'm gonna give that the green Game Boy. Yeah. And without further ado, here's this episode's final track, Inner Child. Sounds like this one's going to be a little slower, maybe more of a piano ballad. That guitar is so pretty. It really is. A little overproduced, a little glitzy, but it still sounds pretty good. Once again, this track being titled Inner Child, and the vibes of the song. It sounds very introspective and reflective. Or we're gonna change, so there it is, introspective. So, that song had me at first, but it did kind of bore me a little bit, especially compared to the last couple of tracks. I would say relatively, I would say it's meh. But honestly, no, I'm gonna give the Black GameCube controller. I don't have much to say about it, good or bad, really. It was nice. I liked some of it, but overall, it kind of bored me a little bit. Not a bad song by any means. I could see it definitely growing on me over time. But of course, remember, this is a first reaction. I thought the song was kind of meh, but overall. Quick update from Riley from the future later that night. Editing this video. Remember how I said the song might grow on me? Well, yeah, it shrunk on me. Editing the video and watching my reaction, hearing the song a couple more times again, Lord, it's boring and so bland, and I cut out almost the entirety of me reacting to that song because of how bored I was the entire time and didn't do anything. I don't know what I was thinking saying it was mad, because obviously I hated it. It's red. It's the red Game Boy Advance. It's so bland. And I'm sorry. The rest of this album slapped, the rest of this section, but Inner Child was not for me. I am very impressed with this second part of the album. Louder Than Bombs, On, Ugh, and 0 O'Clock. Back to back to back to back to back. Amazing. Four of the best songs on the album in a row, honestly. Especially Ugh and 0 O'Clock. Probably being my two favorites on this part. On the last part, I really like the intro and Dionysus. Yeah. Man, K-pop gets so much shit. It's pretty good. People hate it because of stigmas or stereotypes. For the same reason a lot of people hate bands I like 21 Pilots. But yeah, I'm enjoying myself so far. My only complaint is that this album is very long. And for someone who's a big K-pop fan, y'all are gonna love that. Y'all probably do love that. But for me, reacting to it, it does get a little long. 18 tracks is a bit much for most any album. But I think that BTS is keeping things varied enough that it's staying relatively interesting. Even though some of the slower tracks start to bore me after a couple of them, the faster, more high-tempo tracks and the more experimental tracks, and tracks with more of a personality, really hit. So I can't complain too much. So yeah, that was part 2 of my first reaction to Map of the Soul 7 by BTS. Make sure you check out part 1 and subscribe so you don't miss part 3 coming whenever I get a chance to film it. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you all next time.